So in the unit one, we are discussing about the different study design for the research and what kind of sample size determination we are going to have when we are going to do the research in any field, any object, right? So the sample size is very very important, because ultimately sample only we are going to test. These are the samples are the variables which is going to have the platform, and this is only going to give you the entire details about that particular object where we are doing the research, right? So sample size and its determination, it is very important. Okay, so what should be the sample size or the size of the sample? That is the biggest question mark when we are going for the any kind of research or any kind of observation, right? How large or how small it should be, that is denoted by the small n, right? So how much sample you are going to take in your study, then it will be sufficient or it will be convenient, and at the same time it is going to give you the authenticate result or accurate result. That's what it is very important, determined by a researcher, right? Keeping in a view the different points or following points which we are going to discuss, because if you are not selecting the proper sample size, your research or your study is going to fail or flop completely. That's what we need to take care. So what are the points we are supposed to, or researcher are supposed to take care? The first one, nature of universe, right? Maybe the nature of universe may be homogeneous or heterogeneous, right? Means what kind of study you are doing in that variables or the universe or the thing which you are going to study, that are homogeneous, means if they are the same types or they are the different types, right? If these are the universe are homogeneous, then it is the small sample size can be taken, or small samples can be taken for the study. For example, if I say, if you are going to study about the only one type of insect, for example grasshopper, I am telling you, one giving you one example, grasshoppers, right? So uh, all the variables or all the universe, these only you are going to study about the grasshoppers only, how they are walking onto the earth, what how they are eating the grasses, how they are completing their life cycle, their larva, pupa, eggs, and all those things. So all your samples are same, similar. So only few or small samples or small grasshopper you can take, that is going to be sufficient. But whereas if it is heterogeneous, right, means at the same time ants you are going to study, at the same time butterfly you are studying, dragonfly, then mites, then crabs, then snakes, so different insects, vertebrates, or invertebrates, the different types of the pest if you are going to study, then it is required a larger size, right? Because if you are trying to study from the crabs, so crabs sample supposed to be there, one or two crabs you are supposed to keep into the observation. Then grasshopper, already it is there, so one or two grasshopper you are going to take as an example. Then snacks, if you are going to take one or two, so automatically the size of sample, it is going to large or it is going to increase when it is heterogeneous universe, right? So this is a very important point, the researcher supposed to take care during the starting the research study. But the second one, the second point, that is the number of classes proposed, right? So it is not that only in only one class you are going to complete your entire study. The number of classes which you have proposed, that also may vary. If many classes groups to be formed, large sample required. For example, if I say the different types of reptiles, right, or different types of vertebrates, some animals or organisms, we can say, some are there in the water, they will complete their life cycle in water. Some are non-marine organisms, some are right. So the different class, it is going to have different. So automatically you have to select from each and every class few samples or few variables, then only you can compare, and you will get the comparatively experimental study, right? That's what. Number of classes, if it is increasing, the large sample it is required. If it is one class, only one class sample required. That's what. Coming to the third point, nature of study. Nature of what kind of study you are going to do. That's also very important, right? So if items are to be intensively or continuously studied, sample should be small, right? If the items are continuously studied or intensely, for example, if I say, you have some pet, right, you have taken the experimental animals, right, experimental animals which you have breeded for the experimental purpose. So every day it is going to be observed that what time they are waking up, how they are doing the urination, how they are feeding the water, how they are eating the different chow or food materials which has been given into the laboratory. So in that case, the sample should be small, no problem. Means only few albino rates or albino mice can be taken, and that can be studied. So we can assume that in large number also it is going to be same. For general survey, size of sample should be larger. If it is general survey, right, means for example in COVID patient, if you want to study, right, how many people have been affected by the coronavirus in the Telangana region, right? So you cannot only just roam in the Guntapalli or in Hayat Nagar area. By roaming this particular area, you will not able to give generate the data for entire Telangana, right? So your automatically your size of the sample it is going to be large. You have to visit each and every district, each and every uh, areas wherever the chances were there, and even not there also you have to go for general survey. Then only you are going to reveal the COVID patients in Telangana region, right? Coming to the fourth point, type of sampling. What is the type of sampling, whether they are living organisms, non-living organisms, water, air, what microorganisms, what kind of sampling you are doing, that is also you need to take. Sampling technique plays an important part, right? Small random sample much superior, right? If you are sampling, for example, now in whenever the vaccination, this vaccine manufacturing started, right? So here, what kind of strains they might have taken, they need to have the anatomy and physiology of that particular virus. And for that, what kind of the things are composed in the body, the protein manufactured by amino acid, fats, what kind of lipids coating is there, they need to understand. So a small random sample it should be much superior. Like if you are working into the laboratory, or if you are going with the micrograms, microliters, so it has to be very much specific. Whereas if you are in the observational research, you are interrogating the people that during the COVID attack, how you were feeling, how long it was, what was the incubation period, how long you have been quarantined. So in that case, the sampling, it is going to be different. If you are taking the small chemicals from the particular container, so it is, that's what the, how much critical the manufacturing of vaccine it is, right? That we could have seen in last few months, that when we were looking onto the update of vaccine manufacturing or vaccine development, right? So how much critical, and at that time we were noted that the virus is changing the strains, it is getting muted and changing its form in different forms. So it become automatically much superior, right? So that's what is the kind of sampling you are doing, whether it is chemical, whether it is living organism, non-living organisms, liquid, solid, gas, type, it's all about type. Then only you can go for the determination of sample size in this case. Coming to the fifth one, standard of accuracy and acceptable confidence label. Here, the CL, the confidence label, it should be acceptable, or it should be acceptable limit. And the standard of accuracy also we need to take care that how much sample you will take, then it is going to give you the accurate result where you can compare. Like if the standard of accuracy or level of precision is to be kept high, we shall require a large sample. Why and how? Because if, for example, in any animal study, you might have studied into the pharmacology, whenever we are going for any animal screening like anti-diabetic drug or anti-inflammatory or analgesic or hepatoprotective or whatever it may be, we are taking the 5 to 6 group of rats, right? Rat, or if it is toxicity study, we are taking mice. So in that, there will be the control group, there will be the standard group, and there will be the test group. Yes or no? So in these three group, in each group n is equal to 6 we are taking, right? In means in one group we are taking the 6 rat. Why we are taking 6 rat? We can take 3 rat also, we can take 8 rat also. Yes or no? But we are taking only 6 rat. Why? Because during the study, if for the unknown reason, if any animal will die, so what do you mean, what do I mean here for unknown reason? Unknown reason may be your how you are injecting the drug, how you are injecting the irritating agent into their body, whether it is parenteral, oral, how you are handling the animal, because of the temperature, climatic condition, fever. They may get fever during the different test drug they are taking, there's different types of other drug they are taking. So they may die, they may die. So that's what that when, if one or two, n is equal to 6, I told you, if one or two animal will also die, you will be having 4 animal in your hand in each group, because you have taken the 6 animal. So 2 animal died because of xyz reason. You are having 4 animal, which is sufficient for comparison or for comparing that how much healing you have got or how much effect you are getting from your test drug, right? That's what, when we are bother about standard of accuracy or level of precision, the it is required a large sampling. The next one, the sixth one, availability of finance. Yes, vitamin M, it is very everywhere required, because the it is ultimately size of sample depends upon the amount of money available for study, or I meant to say is vitamin M or money that you need. Because what is the protocol of your research and what is the duration. Apart from this, in to conduct this study, how much fund you are having in your hand, right? If I'm telling you that find out the COVID patient in Telangana region, right? So suppose the 1 month design you are doing, 1 month study design. So in this 1 month, you need to visit the each and every location, each and every region, area wise. You have to interrogate the people. You have to contact the different pharmacovigilance, or sorry, different hospitals where the COVID patient admitted. They have taken the treatment, and if you are going to village, you need to ask a sarpanch or different health officers in that area that how much COVID patient has been reported in your area, what are the documents you have. So it required. So if you're talking about simple visit also, you need petrol, diesel, for vehicle charge expenses, so how much amount you're having in your hand, accordingly also you can select the size of the sample, right? And other consideration also it is there in seventh one. You can point out the other consideration: the nature of units, the size of population, and the size of questionnaires, and the availability of trained investigators like B Farm, M Farm, BSc, MSc, or any paramedical staff, any BSc nursing staff, or what kind of peoples they have involved in the research, right? Whether they are trained or not. So accordingly also it is going to be different. The condition under which the sample is being conducted, right? Climatic condition, or the different rainy season, not only the weather condition, even for the recession time if it is there. So we can just modify the protocol. If the availability of money also, if it is sufficient, so we can accordingly the sample also being the time available for the completion of study also it is important. Suppose 1 month design you told that to find out the COVID patient in Telangana region. So suppose first 5 days you have spended only for the designing, that where to go, Karnool, Adilabad, or which district, Anandpur, like that. You made the protocol. Then another 5 days you have divided the team. Then another. So accordingly, then again it is going to reduce. So the time, how much time you have in your hand, accordingly you can decide the size of the sample, right? So here we have discussed the 7 point for which the researcher has to consider: the nature of universe, number of classes proposed, nature of study, type of sampling, standards of accuracy and acceptable confidence limit level, availability of finance, and different other consideration, right? So these are the 7 points we are supposed to take care when we are going for the sample size determination.